Good morning, everybody. I just want to share something with you. I'm halfway through reading Dean Graziosi's Underdog uh, book, and it's actually brilliant. And it reminds us all that we can come from nothing, have nothing, be told we're going to be nothing. And I actually did grow up like that, being beaten daily by my father and abused by my mum's brother, and completely abandoned by my whole family at 15. My mum ran off when I was 15 and took my sister. And then 6 months later, my dad moved in with this woman while I was away on holiday, and I came home to an empty house. Now, that is a bit of a sad story, and I could have let that determine who I became. And instead, I used it to drive me. I learned about human behavior. I learned about what makes people tick, and I knew deep down I was a really good person, and that all I wanted to do is help people. I've helped people and shared with people everything I've known. When I learn something, I immediately want to share it with somebody else, no matter what that is. And I love helping people, and I will spend my rest of my life helping people. And if I've got something and you need it, I'm going to give that to you too. It's just, that's who I am. And being the underdog, as Dean points out, gives you an advantage. And it really does. And I just want to say, Dean, thank you for taking the time to write that book, because it shows everybody that being an underdog is perfect. It's where you want to be, because it does give you that, or it can give you that internal drive, that motivation to go, I'm going to do this despite you. So I became successful at everything I do, even though I didn't value that myself. That's irrelevant in the fact that I still became successful. And then I had to learn how to value my achievements and learn how to value who I am. But even so, despite what my father used to say to me, that I'll be nothing, that I am nothing, that I'll never have anything, I've been super successful. I did a law degree and then went, okay, next, and I'll become a sports injury therapist. Perfect, done that, okay, next. And I have qualifications coming out of my ear holes. And that doesn't make me smarter or better than anybody. It just means that was my focus, that was my motivation, my drug of choice to go. And it kept me distracted for a very long time, until I was obviously in my 40s. And then I decided, I've been distracted long enough, and I've raised a beautiful family. I love my children to bits. I gave them the life I could never have and could never even dream of. I remember looking in through people's windows on Christmas days and looking at their Christmas trees and all the sparkly things on it, and just wishing that we could have one. And that's okay, because, I value every little thing that I have now. And I'm so flexible, and I'm so resourceful, and I'm not limited by things not going right the first time. It's like, oh, well, there's got to be another way, and I'll find another way. I'll do it somehow. I'll get it somehow. Like when I wanted to buy my car, 5 different banking institutions turned me down. And I just thought, well, someone's going to give me the money, so I'll go to the next one, and I go to the next one, and go to the next one. And until I got to the last one, and I made them feel so guilty. But it didn't matter. I got my car. And then I did the same years and years later with getting my house. So we can have whatever we want, and we can be whoever we want. We've just got to go, you know what? If I play sorry for myself and have a pity party and live there, I'm never going to achieve anything. And they're winning. They're still winning all the time. Whoever's told you, whatever they've told you, it's all bullshit anyway. And their programming is determining how they deal with you and what they say to you. And I was determined that their opinions, which are like backsides, everyone's got one, wasn't going to be my life. It's like I saw other people had good things and walked differently. I remember being 15 and a half at school, when I wasn't, before that I got completely abandoned. I'd watched, I think it was Eliza Doolittle or something on the thing, and I used to walk around putting books on my head so that I could walk properly, so I could have the walk, like I'd seen posh people do. And I read prolifically and tried to understand people, and I just held on to the fact that I was a nice person, and I don't know what is wrong with the people around me, but I know if I'm really completely honest and I don't buy into feeling sorry for myself, that I'm a good person, that I would never hurt anybody, that I would never do the wrong thing by anybody, and I'm always trying to do the right thing. In fact, I became a people pleaser for the longest time because I wanted acceptance. And I'm only just starting to realize that I don't need to have everyone's acceptance. And so long as I work honestly and I work hard and I do my very best, that's all I can ask of myself. And that's all I ask of anyone around me. So my message to you today is love who you are and be honest about who you are. Stop telling yourself the same story as everyone else has told you. And as Dean Graziosi says, stop letting crap get you down and use your being the underdog, having all that crap, let it give you an advantage. Let it give you the motivation to drive you forward and to be what you want and have what you want. And if it doesn't work the first time, then find a different way. And no matter how many times, like Thomas Edison, 10,000 ways the light bulb didn't work, he just kept going and finding a different way. And when they said to him, you're nuts, nothing's going to work, you're never going to have electricity, you failed 10,000 times. And he said, no, I haven't failed 10,000 times. I've just found 10,000 ways it doesn't work. But soon I will find a way. And that's been my philosophy forever. I don't care how many times I fail at something, so long as I'm failing forward. And I don't believe in failure anyway. I think there is only feedback. And I will keep going and keep going until I get what I want. And now that I'm doing this KBB program, and I'm looking at all my things and I can teach so many things, I'm completely overwhelmed. And I'm going, I don't know what to teach and who to teach and where to teach and whatever. So I'm thinking, and I've been procrastinating like crazy. So there's my next challenge, and I will get through that too. And I'm in the middle of writing programs, and I know I have a lot to share and a lot to offer. I just don't quite know how to package it all up yet, but I'll get there. Stay tuned. Have an absolutely brilliant day and believe in you, because if you don't believe in you, then no one else is going to. Have a brilliant day.